Hey there, it's Kristen with K Design Kill, and today I'm going to show you how to create a spinning circle of text that you can use on your Showit website. So this is just a fun little animated feature that can add a little bit of interest and dynamic kind of movement to your Showit website that doesn't take a whole lot of effort. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is actually create the text, and now you can do that in really any program, but I'm using Canva, and I'll actually give you the template link to edit this exact file so you can change to be whatever text you want it to be. But essentially you're just going to need a Canva Pro account if you want to be able to export it with transparent background. That's the only thing. So I have this kind of already set up here. I just have now booking kind of written 3 times and this little dot to separate. And then the way that you get it to go in a circle is you just make sure you hit effects, and then you can scroll down here to where you see curve, and then change the curve line until it looks about centered. So then once you have that, you'll just need to make sure that it is exactly in the center of the page. And if you're not sure, you can always do center and middle up here from the position. Once you have the text completely centered in your canvas frame, then you're going to want to download it. So for download settings, you could do a PNG as a transparent background. I like SVGs just because they're scalable and they're not going to get pixelated. So again, if you have a pro account, I would go for SVGs, and make sure that you hit transparent background when you download that. So I'm going to go ahead and download that file. Then I'm going to go over here and jump to Showit. And this is the canvas that I actually want to add that little circle on. So you're going to go ahead and add the element to the canvas. Open up your media library, and then I'm going to go over here to my Finder, and I'm just going to drag in my image. And then once I have that loaded in, I'm going to add it to the page, and then I'm just going to go ahead and scale it to the size that I want, something semi-readable here, but not too big. Okay, so I kind of want it off kind of like in the middle of that. So that looks good. Again, I'm gonna also make sure that it is correctly done on my mobile side. So I might have to make some more room for it here on the mobile just to, let's see, probably, actually I might just do it down here. I'm just gonna make a little bit more room for it. So just moving some elements around really quickly. There we go. Okay. So now that I have my circle on both sides of my design, now I'm going to actually add a special class to this, which is going to be under advanced. So this is a newer feature of Showit that you can add classes to any element on the page. So just type the class name, and then creating a class for that element actually enables you to be able to use it other places on your website or on the same page if you wanted. So if I wanted more than one instance of this circular spinning element, I could put it on another part of the page and just add that same class to that other element, and it would have the same behavior. So it will help with not adding a ton of CSS to the page, which always helps with performance. So since I've added the class, now I'm going to go click the page name to get over here to your CSS for the page. Now, if this was an element that you were using throughout your website, you're going to want to actually add the CSS on a site-wide level, but just for this purpose, I'm just going to add it to the page level. But if you did want to add it to your site, then rather than going to the page custom CSS, you'll go to your site settings, and then if you go to integrations and add a custom code, you could do that here, and then you could select CSS to your head, put your styles in here. But since I'm only having it on this page for now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on the page level CSS. So now this is code that I have pasted in that has the CSS properties that I want it to take on, which is basically telling it to spin in a circle kind of around itself. So this is not a native animation that Showit has in built into their interface. So this is a quick and easy way to add that behavior. I will also give you this code in the video description so you don't have to write it yourself, but it's basically telling it to basically take 8 seconds to spin one revolution. And if you wanted to go faster, you can obviously make it go faster, and we can kind of test and tweak to see what we like, but that's the basic of the code. And then, so now that I have the CSS installed and my class on my element, I'm going to go ahead and preview it and make sure that everything works. So just give it a second to generate the preview, and we will see whether we did this right or not. Okay, scrolling down. Oh, look. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Now it works. I can see that it's spinning around the way that I want it to. I'm just going to go over here and check on mobile as well, just to make sure we test on all areas. And there we go. So you can see how that was pretty easy just to add that special little movement to your website. And hopefully you can use this for your own website, and maybe even find other animations that this would work well for. So let me know if you like this video or you have any questions. Also, what video you would love to see next. Please like and subscribe. Thanks so much.